Last time on Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Team finds themselves in the midst of battle against the evil Cell. Goku, the greatest hero of Earth, has sacrificed himself to save it. However, Cell was far from finished. It was up to Gohan to destroy the menace once and for all. Gohan was able to save his friends with a one-handed Kamehameha, along with a little help from Vegeta and his father's encouragement. Peace has finally returned to the world. But when his friends tried to revive him, Goku refused. He realized that he might be the one drawing enemies to Earth, but he wished nothing but the best for his friends. Now the Z-Fighters will have to go on through new adventures without their best friend. However, one day and only one day, Goku returned to Earth. How will him using up his day on Earth early affect the Dragon World? The dead stay dead now. The true end of a hero. What if Goku stayed dead forever?
Our story opens with the Sun household. It was a very special day for the family, as they welcomed their new member, Goten. Gohan helped out however he could, but it was mostly lunch and Bulma helping Chi-Chi out. And soon enough, a brand new Saiyan took his first breath. He was a loud crier, something Gohan knew his father would appreciate. In fact,
So that's my son?
a voice was heard from behind everyone. All the friends and family turned back. They found Uranai Baba and Goku right behind. It had only been 9 months since Goku died. Yet, it was obvious to Piccolo and Vegeta that Goku had already been changing significantly. He was more muscular for sure, probably stronger. Krillin and the others hugged Goku, and he hugged them right back before stepping towards his family. The halo on his head lit up the entire room. The Saiyan smiled and nodded at Chi-Chi, putting an arm around her, lightly, and ruffling Gohan's hair. He then turned to his newborn, and they smiled brightly at each other. Goku picked up Goten, who instantly began to try and grab his halo. It was a good day for everyone, and they all spent their time as a huge family. Krillin, Yamcha, Vegeta, Piccolo, Lunch, the Ox King, Roshi, Baba, Chi-Chi, Bulma, Gohan, and Goku all celebrated. But eventually it came time for everyone to leave, and for Chi-Chi to rest. Goku stepped outside for a second, along with Gohan. Goku told him to make sure that his brother and mom will always be safe, but to make her proud in his studies, and to always try to help out others, even if it's just a little. They then sensed Ki approaching. It was Vegeta.
Kakarot.
Goku nodded, telling Gohan that he would be right back. The kid already knew what was happening, as the pair flew off into the wasteland. Vegeta and Goku had what would become their final match together. Though Goku tried to equal Vegeta, it was clear that Goku was stronger. Ultimately, Vegeta ended the battle with one final solid hook across Goku's jaw, sending him flying off into a mountain. Goku rose up to the sky.
I see you're still really strong, Vegeta, but you have to keep up.
Goku then showed off his Super Saiyan 3 state, just for a second, knowing it would drain his time on Earth. He showed it off just so that Vegeta could have something to strive towards. Vegeta was upset, but encouraged to continue his training. The next morning, Goku said goodbye to everyone. Tears fell from people's eyes, as once again, they said goodbye to their best friend. Goku told them to keep their heads up, and that he'd see them once they die. And thus, Goku was gone. This is where things really change. Now Gohan is in high school, but he hasn't been slacking in his training, though he's still not at the level he was before. Vegeta has pushed himself to the limit. He was never truly able to achieve Super Saiyan 3, since his living body couldn't handle it. He did train to master his Super Saiyan 2 state, however. Currently, Vegeta stands as the most powerful Z-fighter, right above where Gohan was during the Cell games. Maybe even stronger. Videl and Gohan's relationship begins to flourish after she finds out about the Great Saiyaman and tries to get him to join the tournament. However, without Goku being able to calm down for it, Gohan is completely opposed to the idea. Videl is upset and she enters the tournament by herself. Even still, Gohan does train Goten a little bit, and Videl learns how to fly. Gohan wants to see her fight, so he promises to go and see the tournament. But something strange happened a few hours before the tournament begins. Similarly to the future Trunks timeline, Kaioshin and Kibito approach Gohan before Babdi's plan is put into motion. They explain the situation to him.
A wizard named Babidi? Listen, I know Piccolo is vouching for you and all, but this is a lot to take in. I understand how you feel, Gohan, but you have the most hidden power out of anybody on Earth. I want to train you in our world so you can be the one to defeat Buu.
Gohan finally agreed. He told Videl that he would try to be back before her fight, but she was visibly upset. Piccolo told the other Z fighters through the world about the situation, and that they might have to get ready for something big. Goten and Trunks were kept out of the loop, but still overheard. And so, to the chagrin of Kibito, Gohan trained using the Z-Sword at the Kaioshin realm. Unlike the original story, without Goku, the Z-Sword never breaks. This means that Gohan never reaches his ultimate form, but does get stronger. After all, just a few hours of training with the Z-Sword showed off progress during the Buu arc. Though Yamu and Spopovich show up at the tournament, Babidi quickly realizes that there won't be enough energy there. Spopovich stays behind at the arena, while Yamu begins to travel around, collecting energy from anyone he sees. Slowly, Babidi begins to send out his army of mind control soldiers. News soon began to show monsters attacking the cities, and the Z fighters jumped into action. Piccolo over the lands of Korin, Krillin in Satan City, Yamcha in the north, Vegeta in West City, etc. Many side fighters such as Nam began to fight in their own cities as well, while Android 17 protected his park. However, the tournament arena was still in danger. Videl was the only one to try and help, but the aliens and monsters were too much for her. She was severely hurt, but it gave the civilians an opportunity to escape. Videl turned around to see the hulking figure of Spopovich. He slammed her against the ground, stepping on her head. It was all lost for her. In fact, it was bad for all the Z fighters. They were getting overwhelmed. It got to the point where Dabura went after Vegeta, the biggest power source. Vegeta was stronger thanks to his mastering of Super Saiyan 2, but Dabura had a trick under his sleeve. He sped on Vegeta, turning him into stone. Bulma and Trunks saw this, and Trunks did what he could to fight Dabura. He was nothing against the Demon King's might, and was quickly knocked away. Gohan felt his friend's ki quickly diminish, and he needed to do something. Shin nodded at Gohan, and they teleported to Earth. Gohan wore the Great Saiyaman outfit through the fights, using the Z-Sword as well. As Popovich was going to kill Videl, she closed her eyes, holding her breath. But she didn't die. Instead, she felt a heavy wind go over her. She opened her eyes, meeting Gohan's. Gohan lifted up his glasses, showing his dark eyes and a huge smile. Gohan held her far above the arena, but she could see Spopovich dead on the floor. She nearly cried with happiness. Gohan took quick work of the soldiers there, and then flew Videl up to the lookout for Dende to heal. Kibito and Shin agreed to help out Earth, where they easily defeated a large number of soldiers. As Gohan flew away from Videl, she promised herself to take him out on a date next time he sees her. The battle between Dabura and Vegeta had given a lot of Kili to Buu, but not nearly enough to revive him just yet. Gohan traveled to Capsule Corp after feeling Trunks' ki disappear. He passed over his home, seeing that Goten was helping out Chi-Chi effectively. Finally, he arrived at West City, landing in front of Dabura. Without a word, he began the battle, but Gohan was clearly stronger than Dabura. Trunks helped out however he could, but the Great Saiyaman didn't need help. Gohan struck Dabura with the Z-Sword multiple times, similar to how he had seen Trunks defeat Frieza long ago. It didn't kill Dabura, but it did manage to severely hurt him. Dabura tried to escape, but Gohan followed him. Telepathically, Gohan told the Supreme Kai that he had found Dabura, and they quickly showed up. They followed him all the way to Babidi's spaceship. The wizard was waiting outside, but tried to escape as soon as he saw them. Kaioshin stopped him from getting away. Gohan finished off Dabura with a huge Masenko, while Kaioshin and Babidi were struck in a magic battle. Gohan could barely comprehend it. Babidi was winning, but Kibito showed up from behind Babidi, grabbing him in a full Nelson. This allowed Kaioshin to paralyze him. Gohan was told to go down and find Buu's egg, and he did just that, bringing it up. Kaioshin was worried that the Kili was already so high, but just below the release window. He took a huge sigh of relief. Kaioshin teleported the egg over to the Kaioshin realm, while Kibito killed the wizard. All the Z fighters around the world finished off their enemies. Piccolo defeated Pui-Pui, while Goten and Trunks defeated Yakon. Things came down, and the world was at peace. Majin Buu's egg was taken to the Kaioshin realm, where it was buried deep underground, never to be disturbed again. Vegeta was freed from the stone, and he couldn't believe he was once again saved by Kakarot's kid. He was also upset at the fact that he had gotten so powerful so quickly. This motivated him to continue his training further.
Hey kids, don't go away. be right back. And now back to our show.
3 years passed, and Videl made do with the promise, and so much more. In fact, now we find our heroes at Bulma's party. There, Kaioshin warns Gohan and the rest of the impending threat that is Beerus. The god of destruction had just woken up. He did in fact meet with Goku, but not on King Kai's planet, but rather the Grand Kai's world, since King Kai never got his world back. It wasn't long before Beerus showed up. Thankfully, without Buu, Beerus is much more tame during the party until night, where he got tired of waiting. Like the original story, the heroes bring out Shenron thanks to Gohan's idea. Sadly, they don't have nearly enough Saiyans for the ritual, even with the reveal that Videl is pregnant. Now more than ever, Gohan wished his father was here. But then Vegeta thought of something. He has a younger brother. He told Whis all about Tarball. The angel used the staff to look for the Saiyan, finding him in a remote planet with his wife. The angel brought him to Earth, taking just about half an hour. Tarball was completely confused and a little afraid, especially when he saw Beerus. But Vegeta yelled at him to calm down. All the Z fighters egged Gohan on to become the head of the ritual, but Gohan noticed that Vegeta looked uncomfortable, and maybe a little upset. Though Gohan wanted to see just what this power was, he was in no rush to get any stronger just yet. Thus, he offered Vegeta the opportunity. Vegeta smirked. He felt a huge, incredible aura as the Super Saiyan God power engulfed him, transforming. He thought back at the last time he saw Goku, and how he showed off Super Saiyan 3. He never quite managed to find out how to achieve it, but now he didn't need to. He was the strongest Saiyan, living or dead. Beerus was excited to see what the prince had inside of him, and the fight began. Gohan was amazed by the pure speed and strength of the form. The battle was incredible. Beerus saw some potential coming from Vegeta as they kept rising up to the top. Vegeta blasted Beerus with an incredible final flash, just as the God Ki faded away from his body. Beerus was pushed back above the earth, but he could see that Vegeta was now a mere Super Saiyan. Vegeta continued the battle regardless, maybe being a little more impressive than Goku. He was very aggressive, and Beerus was having a lot of fun. On Earth, Gohan, though he couldn't sense his ki, realized just how incredible Vegeta was. He wanted a power similar to this, to protect Earth and his family. He looked over at Whis, who winked at Gohan, before teleporting over to the battle. Vegeta and Beerus had one final beam clash before he was knocked out. Beerus was impressed, and similar to the original story, he wanted to see what this Saiyan had within him. Though, of course, he wouldn't expect anything less from the Prince of all Saiyans. Beerus went on to take a nap, and over the next few days, Vegeta asked to train with Whis. He was eventually allowed to after impressing him with some food, but made it a point to tell Gohan to try and keep up. Before that, however, Gohan had the brilliant idea of having the Super Saiyan God ritual done on him. It was an incredible sight, and Gohan's hair glowed red, and his aura a flaming orange. This was greater than anything he could have ever imagined. Tarball was eventually taken back to his home as well. One night, a few months after Vegeta left, Gohan was invited to train with the Angel. However, Gohan was a new dad, and he couldn't just leave. Whis acknowledged this, and told Gohan that he was invited anytime. Gohan went on to discuss this with Videl. She wanted him home, but she had a lot of help with Mr. Satan and Chi-Chi. Aside from that though, he also had a job and was attending university. But this Gohan is very different. He knew that he had to live up to his dad. He learned not to be complacent. Videl knew what this meant to him. So she suggested that Gohan could go on the weekends or something like that. Gohan agreed to do just that. This means that Gohan never gets as strong as Vegeta, but the two do get some time to train together. Vegeta never quite got respect for Gohan though. He didn't see him as a fit follow-up to his father. Since Gohan stayed the majority of the time on Earth, Vegeta was able to not worry about his family or anything like that, and just continue his training. This Vegeta ends up being the strongest fighter in the universe. Gohan is close behind, but he likes training. It wasn't long before the darkness fell upon the world again. Frieza and his force had returned. Fueled by his anger against the Saiyans, Frieza sought to kill them all. Thankfully, the Sea Fighters were ready. Gohan was at home with Pan when he felt the power levels of hundreds of Frieza soldiers. Soon, the Sea Fighters arrived at the scene. Nothing to worry about. Tenshinhan, Krillin, Roshi, Piccolo, and Jaco all fought the various soldiers, while Gohan focused on the big bad. Tagomon Shisame tried to attack Gohan as he walked towards Frieza. Gohan activated his Super Saiyan God state as they rushed onto him. The moment the two soldiers touched his aura though, they were blasted off and knocked out without warning, as if a huge shock of electricity coursed through their body. They never called down Vegeta. There was no need to have him. Gohan was enough. Vegeta would have just been overkill. Now he had Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. But anyways, Frieza was surprised, but he stood on his chair. He began to monologue about the power of his new form, but Gohan wasn't having it. He learned from Cell, Babidi, and every enemy he had fought since his father's passing to not toy with his enemies. Gohan attacked quickly, blasting Frieza onto the air. Frieza tried his hardest to transform into his final state, but Gohan was relentless. He knew just how evil Frieza was, and he was not going to forgive him. At one point, Frieza got the chance to get into his final state, but not his golden form. Frieza attempted the same trick he tried on Goku, using the Kien-san. Gohan dodged it just like Goku, but Frieza was expecting this. The discs came back instantly, following Gohan. Krillin screamed out Gohan's name, as it looked like he was being struck by them. Frieza laughed loudly, but then he realized something. The hum of the discs didn't disappear. Frieza looked back and saw Gohan riding the discs towards Frieza. Frieza tried to redirect them, but just as he started doing this, Gohan flipped from them and in front of Frieza, firing a giant Masenko that instantly destroyed the Emperor. The Frieza forces that remained shook in their boots, and it wasn't long before they were all gone. Gohan, who didn't much care for fighting, used this power to end the conflicts quickly and efficiently. Vegeta simply brushed it off when he was told about what happened. Deep down though, he was proud of Gohan. Peace came by once more, and Gohan had a little more time to train with Whis. The Z Fighters were inspired by Gohan to train more and more, as he showed them that Earth was worth protecting even while taking care of their families. Vegeta largely remained at Beerus' planet. However, trouble loomed over them as Champa, Beerus' brother, challenged Universe 7 to a tournament. Will our heroes be ready for it? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Super. Thanks for watching, guys. This was awesome to make. It's my second collab with my good friend SaladSaiyan. Be sure to check out his video over on his channel, since he has part 2 out. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and click the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. Shout out to these guys who answer the Dragon Ball question of the week. This time, the Dragon Ball question of the week is, if you could revive any fictional character from anything, who would you revive? I think for me, it would probably end up being Sparta from Devil May Cry. I kinda wanna see that guy again. But anyways, until we meet again. See ya!
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to SmugStick, unless you want to be destroyed. Lord Beerus, that's hardly fair. But also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified when he uploads new videos.